podcast is going out okay. I am inside the hospital. We do have lead-lined walls here in nuclear medicine, so I'm not sure about the connection. I started not to do the show tonight due to the recent hurricane that just flew through here, but I'm loyal to my fans and I didn't want to put it off, so I'm just going to talk solo to you tonight. So welcome to Dare to Share with Mistie Layne. For those of you that don't know who I am, I'm the best-selling author of the book What Goes Up. You can find that book anywhere at the bookstores, Amazon, or you can get it right on my website at mistielayne.com. Also, I am a speaker. I'm the founder of the Be That One movement, which is a Facebook group right off of my page. The Be That One movement encourages people to step up and share their raw, authentic truth so that we can learn from each other's experiences, we can learn from each other's transparency, and hopefully we will judge less and mentor more. I believe that our stories is what helps us understand life. I believe it's educational, and I believe it's the key. So transparency can be a game changer in the world. Before we get started, I'm going to ask that you join that group, hashtag Be That One. Like I said, it's a private group right off of my Facebook page. Also, I'm going to ask you to share this out with your family and friends. Go ahead and take a second to do that now. All you have to do is hit the share button. I'll also invite you to type comments during the show. If you're joining from the Facebook page, I will see your comments and I'll be able to address them and answer you. For Casey, thank you. Gloria McCallum, I know you're here. Wilson Sam, thank you. I know you're all here. Linda Campbell's probably here too. I appreciate you. I am going to just be talking with you, kind of just a little heart-to-heart chat with you tonight. About what's on my mind. So it won't be anything real formal. It probably won't even take up the whole time, but hi, Linda. Thank you for joining. But that's how I want to handle this. I wanted to stay loyal to you guys and do the broadcast, whatever it may be. All right, we're going to start the show off, like I always do, by thanking the sponsors. This show is powered by sponsors, and without them, this show would not be possible. So I do want to give a shout out to them. And when we finished with their ads, I encourage you to go visit their websites and reach out to them, talk to them about their products, and help support them as they help support this platform. All right. Thank you so much.
Today's show is sponsored by Simple Changes from Wanda Reynolds. Make a simple change today for a healthier tomorrow with products like Simply Satisfy, which aids in gut digestion and curbs your appetite. Mental wellness is directly related to gut health, so keep a happy gut with Simply Satisfy. Then there's Simply Soothe. It helps relax your sore muscles and it supports your overall joint health. Simply Start is made from 100% organic hemp oil. It promotes your calmness, supports sleep, and maintains healthy joints. Contact Wanda Reynolds today through Facebook Messenger or at scdso.com/live life wonderfully. Health provides simple solutions to whole body.
I think the internet is just so slow. And
Health provides simple solutions to whole body. Health provides simple solutions to whole body health. To get and stay healthy, we offer Somaderm HGH.
I hope.
Health provides simple solutions. Health provides simple solutions to whole body health.
Well, maybe not.
To get and stay healthy,
Life Small Health is my other sponsor. Diane Chasik, I appreciate you so much. I am scrolling her things across.
Do you want to feel max?
I can't get the video to play.
Health provides simple solutions to whole body health. To get and stay healthy, we offer Somaderm HGH Gel. Would you like to sleep like a baby and wake up rested? Do you want to feel maximum benefits from physical exercise? Do you want to burn through that afternoon slump with energy to last well into the night? Well, you can. And you may also experience 25 other whole body improvements with the gel. It's effective, safe, FDA registered, and very affordable. Diane has immuno boosters and keto support products too. Contact Diane Chasik at lifesmilehealth.com or text lifestyle to 64600 today.
All right. Again, thank you to the sponsors. Please give them a look and see if their products may be something of interest to you. Okay, so I'm here to talk to you about living your life like there is no tomorrow. A lot of you follow me and know that we had a horrific Category 4, almost Category 5 hurricane blow through our area last night. They were deeming it unsurvivable due to the amount of up to 20-foot storm surges, and we do live within 30 to 40 miles from the coast, right off the Gulf of Mexico. So the Weather Channel was deeming it unsurvivable in my town of Port Arthur, Texas, and the town where my daughter Lauren lives, and where my mom and dad and my son all live in Lake Charles, Louisiana. So most of my immediate family was due to be in this cone of unsurvivable floodwaters. So I'm on the disaster team A at the hospital, so I had to stay behind and be locked into the hospital on alert. So I've been going through quite a few emotions the last couple of days. I'm from the area through many hurricanes, but this one felt different. And I think because of living my life, going into my drug addiction, leaving medical school, ended up in jail and prison behind a cocaine addiction. I think that all of that has made me see life differently. There's an old saying, you don't know what you have until it's gone. You don't learn to appreciate something until you don't have it anymore. And when I didn't have my kids in my life for 10 years off and on because of my drug addiction, or for 2.5 years when I was incarcerated, for sure, you learn to appreciate what when you get it back, if you're lucky enough to get it back. So I think going into this hurricane, I had a new, as now, I understand the value of life than I ever did. I always took my own particular life for granted. The things during my addiction, and I don't want to go rehash my whole story. That's not what this show is going to be about, but just a tiny bit of back history so you can follow is during my drug addiction, someone died in a car wreck, and I was behind the wheel of the car. It caused the accident, and it was directly related to my drug use. And it was just a really hard time in my life. But I never understood the value. When I was out there getting high on cocaine, I didn't care about my life. To me, my life was, it just didn't have any importance because I'd given up on myself. But when I took someone else's life, that changed everything for me. So I understand the value of life so much more than I ever did before. And my age may have something to do with it as well. I'm 53 now. I'm starting to look at the second half of life, and things start going through your mind about your life, and it puts a whole new perspective. So with this hurricane, having to stay behind like I was, being separated from my family, they were all evacuated. It put a whole new perspective on everything for me. And I'm not going to lie to you. I was going to drown, that the 20-foot wall of water was going to come sweep me away, and that I would never see my family again. But that wasn't God's plan. Just like before, when I was running the streets for 10 years, smoking crack cocaine, doing the god-awful things I did, putting myself in the god-awful situations I did, obviously that was not God's plan for me then either. I've learned to use my pain now and help others with it, and I encourage everyone else to do the same. That's what the whole Be That One movement is all about, encouraging you to step up and share with transparency so that we can help each other. So what I want to talk to you today is about living your life today like there's not going to be tomorrow. Don't procrastinate. Don't put off don't put off to tomorrow what you can do today. That's in the Bible, actually. Focus on the things that are important. Focus on your relationships, not the stuff, not the materialistic stuff, the boats, the jet skis, the fancy cars, the big houses. Don't focus on that. Focus on your relationships. Say the things that you want to say to people today. Don't wait. Don't delay. You don't know what tomorrow may bring. Not only that, person may need to hear what you have to say today. It may change their life. It may change their world. So don't put it off. Don't be a procrastinator. Also, be grateful. Wake up every day with a grateful heart. Be appreciative for the things you have in your life. Be appreciative of your life. And that's something that I never was during that addiction. I was not appreciative of my own life. And that was because I felt I didn't have any worth. So be grateful. Say, I love you to the people that matter to you. Tell them every day that you love them. Put your arms around them. Don't just assume they know how you feel. Make that connection with them. Forgive. Forgive the people around you. Forgive the people that have hurt you. And then ask for forgiveness for your faults. Live it today like there's not going to be tomorrow. And I think that that's the urgency of the message I'm trying to give you today. Let's see who's on here. See if we have any questions popping up. Oop, I'm using the wrong mouse. Okay, hi. Hi, Carol. Thank you for being here, Carol. You guys have any questions for me, go ahead and post in the comments. Show a few little pictures, and I am going to keep talking about the topics I just mentioned to you. But I'm going to go ahead and show a few pictures real quick of some of the things that our area has been dealing with down here and what it's been like. So for starters, okay, so this is the Hurricane Laura that came through. This is the Texas coast. Here's the Sabine River and the what do you call it thing? State line between Texas and Louisiana. So here's where I live, and one of my daughters lives. My other daughter lives here in Houston. I have right here my son and my mother and my stepdad live here, and over here is where Sam lives in Lafayette. So as you can see under me, the closest people in my life live right here in this area. That's what was coming for us. They said it was one of the very worst storms that have ever been in the Gulf of Mexico, if not the worst. It wasn't necessarily the biggest storm, but it was by all means a strong, powerful storm. She packed a powerful punch. This is here at the hospital. Someone had put UR Essential right outside the ER. So this is us just taking pictures last night, getting ready for everything, making preparations. Here's part of our radiology team. I love this. We love our x-ray techs, frontline heroes. So these are some of the people that I've been spending 48 hours with here that I've learned to love and adore and appreciate. Here's another perspective of what was headed for us. Again, that's right where we live. Stephanie, she's a CrossFitter, so she was out on the helicopter pad goofing off. And then this was getting into the evening, still 3 or 4 hours before the storm even hit. But you can see how volatile and angry the clouds already were, how dark. You can see back here, they were swirling and just all over the place. That's the actual hospital where I work. Here is some damage. I was able to leave this morning briefly and just check on some houses in the area, some friends and family members. Here's some of the damage that you can see. Big, huge trees completely rooted right out of the ground. I mean, look at this. It's horrible. And there's trees down everywhere. Fences, debris. People lost so many things. But they didn't lose lives. So we're grateful for that. Here's what's going on in Lake Charles, which is where they got the worst of the storm, which is where my parents and my son live. This thing back here, if you can see that, is actually a floating casino that was moored for years. It broke loose and is stuck underneath the 210 bridge. This white smoke you see in the background is a chemical leak from a local plant. I believe they said it's chlorine gas. So there is a shelter in place on top of having a hurricane come through and people losing everything. Now they have to shelter in place too. So rescues were stopped, rescue missions were stopped because the air was not safe. Take that off. Another screen share real quick. And I'll show hang on. That is not my mom's house. What happened? There we go. So my mom's house has a little bit of damage. Thank goodness the house, nothing fell on top of her house per se, but damage and things like that. The internet here is extremely slow, guys. I apologize. Everybody's on the internet right now trying to make sure loved ones are okay. So we're going really slow. So while that's loading, September 18th, 2007. I didn't start, I would say I didn't wake up that day, but the truth is I'd been up for 4 days. 2007 and say, oh, I'm going to go out and kill somebody today. I couldn't have even predicted something like that was going to happen. But that changed my entire life. It changed the lady that I killed. It changed her family's life forever. And we don't know what's around the corner. We have no way of knowing. We don't have a crystal ball. We don't have a, we have the little shake it up figure, the little shake it up 8-ball thing. But, that's, anyway, we don't know what's around the corner. So we have to live life to our fullest. We have to live it like it's the last page in the chapter of our book. We were trying to make a legacy for ourselves to leave behind for our kids. We want to leave behind a legacy that they can be proud of, that they can pass down to their kids, that they can pass down to their kids and pass down their kids so that you never die. And is it something I could be proud of? And if it's not, guess who's in charge? Guess who's in charge of that legacy? You are. No one else is writing your book for you. This is your own autobiography. So it's up to you to change it. And there's no better time than to start today because you don't know when that book's going to slam shut with a "the end" stamped at the back of it. So write your legacy. Make it the way you want it to be before it's too late. All right, here is, so this is my mom's house. There's back to Lake Charles again, some of the damage. That shows the cone there's the cone, and that X is right where I am. So there's my mom's house. The entire backyard, the fence is just gone. It's just ripped away and gone. The brick wall is damaged here. Oops. There. So you can see all the damage here. It picked trees up. It picked things up like they were just nothing. Anyway, so I want you to live life and write your own legacy the way it should be. I want you to forgive other people because we walk around with unforgiveness. It makes our hearts hard. And I know because I did it. I used to blame everybody else but myself for all the problems in my life. I blamed my ex-husband for me getting into drugs. It wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault. It was mine. I made the choice. I made the choice alone. I learned that. I learned to be accountable to things. But I had to learn also to forgive those that hurt me. I had to forgive the people that the abuser. I had to forgive him. And I know people don't get that. They're like, he beat the crap out of you. He ruined your life. He did this, he did that. How can you forgive somebody? Because I have to. Because I have to ask the next person to forgive me. And how am I supposed to have someone to forgive me if I can't even forgive someone else? So these are things that I learned, and I learned them the hard way, guys. That's why I'm here sharing with you, hoping that these stories can educate you and give you a little insight and help ease some suffering out there. Because it's important that we let that go. It's important that we don't have a hardened heart. Life is too short, you guys. Life is just too short to live bottled up in your resentments, to live bottled up in your anger and your I was right, or your stubbornness, and I'm not going to call them. They need to call me. They need to apologize to me. You know what? That all that noise is just, it's unnecessary. Grow up. Think about what's important in life. Think about what's truly important in life. And to me, that's life itself. It's not the materialistic things, it's the relationships. I feel relationships are our most important things in life. Again, like I said, it shows your legacy. It helps you carry your life legacy behind from generation down to generation down to generation. Invest in your relationships. Don't invest in material things that you're not going to take with you. I'm not saying don't enjoy things and have a life. I'm not saying, don't vacation or do anything. I'm just saying don't focus on those things. Don't focus on those things that don't matter. Life matters. And this isn't a movement about all lives matter. I'm just saying life in general matters. So I want you to really stop and think about that today. I want you to think about who you can forgive. You might say that you've forgiven someone, but have you really? Have you really? If you still throw something in someone's face, you haven't forgiven them. If you still let it occupy your mind, you haven't forgiven them. To forgive someone, to truly forgive someone, means you're starting over from a clean slate. And if you're going to say you're going to do it, then you need to do it. Because if you don't, it hardens your heart up. And your heart is hard, you can't receive love and light in it. So I want you to focus on those relationships. Think about today what you can do to ask forgiveness from someone, or who you can forgive. I want you to think today, right now, in this very moment, think about the things you can be grateful for that maybe you've taken for granted in your life. Type in the comments for me, you guys. Put in the comments right now something that you can be grateful for today. Right now, type them in there. The things that you can be grateful for that maybe you take for granted. For me, after last night, after living through that storm and us not getting that 20-foot wall of water that they said was unsurvivable, I just, right now, I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful for the air I breathe, because I'm in a place right now with good, clean air. That Lake Charles is sitting there with a chlorine gas leak in the air right now. They're sheltering in place. I mean, little things every day that we don't realize. Our freedoms. That's right, Carol. Make changes. Flip your attitude to gratitude. Christopher Casey says, I'm grateful for being able to wake up today. That's right, Christopher. That's a great thing to be able to do. Hey, Linda Campbell, nice to see you, honey. Go ahead, you guys, and put in the comments for me what it is you're grateful for today. Force yourself to think about it. It's important. Also, I want you to focus on telling someone today that you love them. Tell them you love them. Put your arms around them and hug them, because they may not be there tomorrow. They may not be there tonight. You don't know what the future is going to hold. Don't put it off. Do it today. If you're arguing with someone and you're having a quarrel with someone, be that one. Be that one and step up and make things right. Don't get hung up on whose fault it is. Don't get hung up on taking score of how many times you've had to go back and make it right when you think it wasn't your fault. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant whose fault it is. I'm not saying let people walk all over you, but make it right. And if it takes you stepping up and being that one to initiate it, then be that one today and do it, because relationships matter, especially if it's your family. If it's your family, you guys, I'm 100% about family. I feel like there's nothing more on this earth more sacred than the bond between family. I have a family where I know they have my back. I know everybody's family is different, but salvage those bonds, salvage those relationships, make it right. Do your part in making it right. Let's see what else. Forgive. I went over that. Say what you want to say to people. Learn to be transparent. Man, if your home got destroyed and you're at wit's ends and you don't know what to do, don't let your pride stand in your way to ask for help. Don't let your pride stand in the way to be honest about the fears you're going through, about the um, or if it's put you in financial crisis, don't be ashamed. Don't let your pride get in the way to say so, because I guarantee you, once you become transparent and speak from your heart, there's going to be a lot of other people out there that feel the same way you do, and you're going to open up that door and open up that gate for them to be allowed to feel that way too. And there's such a freedom that comes with that, you guys, such a freedom indeed, that you will feel from just not having to hide your truth anymore. It's a weight off your shoulders. You can ask any of my guests that have been on Dare to Share that have opened up, especially if it was their first time. I've heard back from so many of them about how it's changed their life. Just not just being honest about their stories to the world, but to themselves. How many of you can look in the mirror and be honest with yourself? I mean, truly, truly honest with yourself about whatever it is. Um, I struggle with my weight. I wake up every day with the intention of eating X amount of calories, exercising, doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that. And I keep myself busy so I don't have to be accountable to myself when I don't do it, because I fail. I fail constantly. I use food as a crutch. I use food as an emotional, um, it's a habit. Um, but I'm aware of it and I'm working on it. But it's about being able to look in that mirror with yourself and being honest about what you're facing. And if you need help, about reaching out and getting the help that you need and not being ashamed of it. And that's another reason I feel like our stories are important, is because if I'm honest with you about the struggles I'm having and how real it is, like, girl, I'm not going to eat that damn cookie. But you know what? I reached over and I ate the damn cookie anyway, because there's a whole bunch of you out there that are eating that damn cookie too. And by me being honest about it, you shoot, yeah, I get that. I'm like that too. And we can help each other instead of trying to pretend like we're perfect and that we don't ever screw up. Because see, when we look at other people that pretend, we feel we never measure up, because we're being honest about what we have or don't have, or who we are, or who we're meant to be and didn't and aren't being, right? So if we're honest, we can look at each other with transparency and know we don't have to measure up. We're all human. We all make mistakes. Hi, Linda. I'm thankful for being where I am. God blessed me. Yes, He did. And I'm thankful for you being there too, because my mom's up there on evacuation and she's able to be there with you. So thank you for that. Hi, Amy. Thanks for joining us. I'm grateful for you and friends here in the comments. Oh, thank you, Amy. I appreciate that, honey. Thank you so much. Yes, you guys. So think about today, what you're grateful for. I want you to think about who you can forgive today. I want you to think about who you can call and say, I love you, and say to them why they're important to you. It's important. I ate the dang s'mores last night. Girl, I am here in the hospital on lockdown. I they're feeding us, of course, and they're giving us bags of food and bags of food. And then, of course, I brought in bags of food because I knew I was here 72 hours. So man, if I had the wrappers to show you everything that I've eaten, man, it's crazy. I eat with my nerves. I don't know about you, Amy, but give yourself a break, honey. It's okay. We're just human. We'll just try to do better tomorrow, okay? All right. All right, you guys. If you have any questions, please give them to me. I'll take them right now. Is anything you want to ask me at all? I'm transparent. I'll tell you what I feel. I'm not ashamed of it. I've been through too much to hide from it. So I do want to thank you all while we're here for all your prayers. They were answered because my family is safe. All of my family is safe. No one's injured. Their homes are intact. They're livable. Nobody has power from here to Louisiana. There's no power. Probably will be without power for days. But the structure of everyone's home is fine. Perimeter fences and trees and tree limbs and things like that, that doesn't prevent someone from living in their house. So we're blessed all the way around. Whew. This is the part, sorry, this has been a long night. This is the perfect time also for you to step up and be that one and demonstrate what the whole Be That One movement's about. Set yourself apart. Be unique. Get up. Help somebody else out. You may have damage to your yard, but your neighbor may have damage to their house. So get out there and do what you can to help someone else. Excuse me. You may not be in an area that was affected, but your cousin or friend or whoever may be in an area where there's no power. They can't cook. The stores aren't open because they're damaged. Take them a meal. We did that during Hurricane Harvey, and it was a wonderful feeling. Me and my kids were all involved in it. We did a lot of volunteer work, and we got my son's Boy Scout troop to cook meals. I asked for donations and volunteers, and a lot of those families started cooking meals, and my kids and I, we took them around to all the people that were displaced, that had evacuated from Hurricane Harvey over to Louisiana, and we fed them for a week, maybe 2 weeks, and it was an amazing thing, and they were all so appreciative. So even if it's some little something, do it, because people need it. People need it. So happy you're all safe. Thank you, Amy. Be a blessing. Be a blessing to someone. And also, I want to say with that, if someone wants to help you, don't deny that. Let them help you, because my daddy always told me, if somebody's trying to help you and you say no, you're taking their blessings away from them. So don't do that. If someone's offering you help, take it graciously. Just be grateful for it. Don't take advantage of people, but be grateful for it. So think about what you can do to step up and be that one, and how you can help someone else. Okay, guys, so I'm here. Whoops. Chris says, I ate the remaining Nutty Butters, which last I checked were vegan, surprisingly. Nutty Butters are vegan, really? That's so funny, Chris, because my mom, when I was in jail, my mom had my son, Austin. He was little back then, and she, bless her heart, I'm sorry I'm yawning, you guys. It's been a very long night. Bless her heart, she always did the best she could with him and tried to, be super healthy with him. And she had herself convinced that she had him on a very healthy diet. So when I came home and she was getting on my case about the things I was feeding him, well, he doesn't eat it. He doesn't eat sugar. He doesn't do that. Well, Mom, what do you think Nutty Butters are? That's junk food. That's Little Debbie snack cakes full of sugar. No, it's not. It's peanut butter. It's protein. So she actually thought like they were like protein bars or something. And you and I both know, Chris, those Nutty Butters are not protein bars. And that tiny, tiny little bit of peanut butter that's in them probably doesn't even have any protein in it. It's all sugar. But anyway, I thought that was funny. But I'm grateful for my mom, because if it wasn't for her, I don't know what would have happened to my son. So I'm grateful for that. All right, you guys. Well, that's all I've got for today. I just wanted to remind you to live life. Live life like there's no tomorrow. Live it with a sense of urgency. Remember, you're leaving behind your legacy. Think really hard about what you want that legacy to look like. And if your last chapter of your book's not being written to reflect that, then change it. You're the author. Change it. Change it today. Start mending those relationships today. Be that one. Step up and fix it. No matter whose fault it is that it's broken, step up and start the mending. Be that one. Be the bigger person. Wonderful show. Thank you, Linda. I think you're a little bit biased, though, honey. Some relationships. Get out there. Help people. I appreciate all your prayers. It's going to be a long journey coming back. I don't know how long we're going to be out of power. They're saying 7 to 10 days. With Harvey, it was weeks before people had power restored. So our community is going to need a lot of help. Oh, sorry. Ooh, I'm so sorry, guys. Our community is going to need a lot of help. So get out there and help your neighbors and friends. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful that I had a bed to sleep in. I had a shower. I'm grateful that I've been fed. I'm extremely grateful. I was really upset that I was disaster team A. Like I said, I separated from my kids and family. Um, but the way it's turned out, I'm really grateful for it because I have no power at my house, and I'm in a place where there's generators that run constantly. Like I said, I'm being fed. I have a shower, warm shower, and I'm good. I'm good, and I'm grateful for that. So I'm not going to complain about that at all. All right. Anne Marie says, I am from Morocco. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. All right. So, anyway, that's it for tonight, you guys. I love you all so much. Thank you for praying me through the hurricane and my family and my friends. And that's it. We'll see you back next week. Lauren Michaels Harris was supposed to be my guest Tuesday night. We had to cancel in preparation of the hurricane, and we had to cancel, of course, tonight because I wasn't even sure it was going to broadcast with the connection, and I didn't want to mess his interview up because he's got a lot of great things to say. So we'll get him back in as soon as I can get him back in. But that's it for tonight. Don't forget to be grateful. Love up on somebody. All right, you guys. This is Mistie Layne. I love you. Good night. Okay, you guys. So I just got an update. My son's on the phone, and apparently Lake Charles, which is the city he's from, they are now evacuating again because of the chlorine and gas leak in the city. They're pulling first responders out as well. So, you guys, if you have room for someone in your house, welcome them in because this is going to be rough. I don't even know where my family's going at this point. We have to figure it out because there's no power anywhere. Now they can't even get back into the city. So prayers continued for us, please. Thank you.